Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby, this is Ruby Red, and today we're doing a little try a chapter experiment. Basically, I'm feeling a little bit slumpy. I just DNF'd a book this morning and I really was like dragging my feet through some other things, and I don't know, I think just the magical readathon was a hoot. I'm glad I did it, but I don't know where to go from there. I just feel like nothing is grabbing my attention, and at the same time, like, I am feeling desperate for something to grab my attention. I just want to be sucked into something. I want to be like absorbed. I want to read something that just like I love and I am just like in it. Which I kind of haven't felt since I was reading The Poppy War last month. So we're gonna try a chapter. I think often when I've seen other people do this try a chapter thing, it's to like figure out which books to get rid of. So that will sort of apply here. I'm not willing to give up on all of the books I'm gonna try today, but I'm willing to give up on a bunch of them. So I have picked 3 books from my bookshelf that I think could be fun. First up, The Perfect Stranger by Megan Miranda. I got this one in a little library. Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. This is a book that is like a highly anticipated read, if you will. Dying to read it, but also like can't bring myself to pick it up. So today I will force myself to pick it up, and then maybe that will get me hooked. It's about Mount Everest. And then Murder in Old Bombay by Nev March. I have no idea what this is about. This was given to me. And I presume that it's about a murder. And then I also have some books on my Kindle over here. So I'm gonna try a chapter of Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau. That's I guess like a historical fiction, but not like that. It's I think it takes place in the 70s, like 70s suburbia. Then I have A Spell of Rowans by Bird Nash. This is an e-arc that I got from NetGalley, so I'm definitely going to read this, but will I read it today? I don't know. And then I also have They Never Learn by Lane Fargo, which is a like serial killer thriller. So yeah, that's 6 books. I'm gonna read 6 chapters today, and hopefully something will catch my fancy or whatever. How should we pick them? Should I pick them out of a bowl? That could be fun. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, mug, books. Here's the one that we're gonna read. I've never gotten to do one of these before. Can you see that? The Perfect Stranger. Okay, that's this Megan Miranda book. Okay, I'm gonna read the first 2 chapters of this because that's 17 pages, and that feels like one regular chapter to me. Okay, The Perfect Stranger, I actually only read the first chapter and the prologue, but because my eyes were closing. Our main character, I think Leah, yeah, ow. Leah, had some, I think, journalism sounding job in Boston, and then like left very suddenly. She's saying she quit, but there's like hints that like she had to leave, and she also said like wish the internet could just be erased. So something happened, and it sounds like something also happened with her friend Emmy and Emmy's ex. So the 2 of them like rented a cabin in Western Pennsylvania, and Leah is now like teaching at the school, but it seems like Emmy is missing already. And yeah, oh, Megan Miranda grew up in New Jersey. Me too. So yeah, that's fun. I don't have an opinion on this. I guess I probably should have read the second chapter too. But hopefully one of these other books will do a little bit more for me. And although what I read didn't make me want to get rid of it, I still want to read it. But maybe if I'm not going to read it now, I should just get rid of it. Like, who cares? Okay. Let's pick our next book. Let's pick our next book. Ooh. Sorry, I should be opening this. Oh, Murder in Old Bombay. Murder in Old Bombay. Okay, so Murder in Old Bombay. Beginning of March. Oh, there's a letter on the back. Wait, is this epistolary? No. Let's see what happens. The author of this also lives in New Jersey. Weird. I read the first 2 chapters of this also. They were very short. So, yeah. And I don't know. Again, like, I'm not feeling gripped. But there is something fun about this guy who's like, I've read some Sherlock Holmes, I think I could solve a murder. And somebody whose family members have been murdered saying, that's reasonable, I approve, you know? I'm just not sure. The writing didn't really like do anything for me. It wasn't particularly evocative. I do think that there's probably some, you know, political, not a political agenda, but kind of. I'm gonna put this one down. I'm more likely to get rid of this one, and it's because it's a hardback. Like if it was a soft cover, if it was a paperback, I would be less inclined to get rid of it, but I am who I am. All right, let's pick our next book. Mary Jane. All right, Kindle, yay. Okay, yes, so Mary Jane is the main character. It's 1975. She is 14 years old and she just got hired to be the nanny, summer nanny for this couple. They live in Baltimore, and her mom runs a very tight ship. Very neat, tidy, and Mary Jane is like, has you know, mini adult syndrome. Like she's not so she's not like other kids, and she's just she's a mini adult, right? Like she has been saddled with like more responsibility and expectations than a 14-year-old should. So she doesn't get along with her peers. They think she's weird, and she thinks they're weird. So she gets this job to nanny, and her mom lets her do it because it's for a doctor, the husband, Mrs. and Dr. Cole. So her mom's like, yeah, doctor, perfect, you can do that. But they're not what her mother expects from a doctor and his family. They're messy, they're chaotic, they're casual with each other. Like, I'm struggling not to say that they're like normal, because I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean. And oh, the image of Mary Jane's dad is the kind of dad who comes home and like starts reading the newspaper right away, and then when her mom says, okay, dinner's served, he moves into the dining room and continues to read the paper while they all have dinner. But yeah, now she's going to presumably get swept up with this chaotic family. And I really liked it. I think I probably want to read this. Wow. Just I don't know, it felt very, the language felt very evocative. I felt, you know, I thought that the like call outs were good, not like name drops, but just like that detail about like Jad reading the paper at the dining room table, like that's, you know what that is, and you like can infer a lot from that. So the author is doing a great job like painting the picture, and it's just the first chapter. So definitely the front runner, but not too definitely a front runner, but let's carry on. We have 3 more. We're only halfway done. And actually, as I was reading that, I was thinking about Murder in Old Bombay again, and the only reason that I am hesitant to unhaul it, give it away, is just the Sherlock element. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm not going to read it just because it's tangentially Sherlockian, but if you have any books that are very like Sherlock-esque that you can recommend to me, please let me know down below. Okay. Next. Spell of Rowan's. Okay, so this is an arc that I got from NetGalley. So thank you, NetGalley, for existing and giving me the ability to have arcs. So this book comes out at the end of October, so I do want to read it before it comes out, so I guess I should probably read it, huh? Okay. That was also a short chapter, but it was enough. So yeah, the matriarch of this family has died, and she was a witch, and it seems like all of her children have some sort of psychic gift, a magical ability, and it appears that the mother was a hated figure within the community and also within the family, and they have to come together to do something, and it seems like they're going to be coming together in like their childhood home where their mother died, and it's potentially going to be spooky. I hope it's going to be spooky. I like what I read. I'm not as excited as I was when I was reading Mary Jane, but it does feel a little bit more like October, you know? All right, there's 2 more. One of them is Into Thin Air, and one of them is They Never Learn. And because I just read 2 books on my Kindle, I'm going to read a chapter of Into Thin Air, and then I will read the first chapter of the last thriller. Fair? I'm excited to learn about it. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Well, John Krakauer is a fantastic writer. Let me just say I read just a couple of pages of this, but dang. I don't know what else I can really say about this except that like that short little snippet. I mean, obviously like it's the introduction. You want to hook your reader, and reader, I was hooked. I will still read the first chapter of They Never Learn, and then I will offer some sort of conclusion or resolution to this silly little project. They Never Learn is a thriller. It's about a woman, a teacher, I think, and at a college, and like every year she picks some abuser to kill at her school. She's like, they never learn, they just keep abusing. And so it's like, it's a serial killer situation. It's a woman who's a serial killer, but I think like I think it's gonna be from her perspective, and like obviously like you're kind of on her side because you're like, yeah, maybe never learn. All right, let's finish this up. I want to turn my AC back on. Okay, yeah, that is a take for sure. That's a take. Oh. Okay, hear me out. I think I'm gonna read that one, but it's a close call. I'm definitely still gonna read Mary Jane. I'm not gonna get rid of that book. I am gonna read it. And obviously also gonna read the Rowans, Spell of the Rowans, so that I can review it for Neck Alley. But yeah, this, I had hoped that this would like talk me out of reading some of these, but it definitely hasn't. I'm gonna get rid of the Murder in Old Bombay book. I'm gonna drop that off at a little free library somewhere, and that's it. I want to read the rest of these books, but I think what's going to be the best for me right now when I'm feeling kind of about stuff is to read They Never Learn, because I think it's going to be fast, it's going to be intense, and that is going to like give me some like momentum, you know. And then I'm going to read Mary Jane and Into Thin Air. I'm probably just going to be like also reading at the same time. I'm not going to read it like right this second, but I'm going to be reading it like this week. Okay? Okay. I think this was a good way to get myself out of a slump. I mean, we'll see, I guess. The time will tell. It's not over yet, but I can see myself doing this again. I'm definitely glad that I'm taking October off from any kind of like readathon or anything. Not that I do a lot of readathons, like what? But yeah, taking October off, just reading whatever I want. Hopefully reading things that are atmospheric. They Never Learn, definitely going to be spooky. I think Into Thin Air is going to be atmospheric in its own way. And I think The Spell of Rowans is going to be very appropriate for Halloween. Halloween season. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you think I should definitely not read them. Yeah, that's all we got. Goodbye.